Hi everyone. In this video we are going to talk about solving system of linear equations by the substitution method. So this is the third of the four methods. In couple of previous videos I have already discussed about solving system of linear equations by elimination method and by comparison method. So there are separate videos on them. And now this is the third method, which is called solving system of linear equations by the substitution method. So let's see how that's going to work out. The process here is that we want to find the value of one variable from one of the equations, and then in the other equation we are going to substitute that, right? From the first equation here, let's try to find out the value of x. So what we are going to do, from the first equation, from this equation we are going to find the value of x, right? So let's do it. So our original equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 13, and from here we can say, okay, so 2x, if we keep 2x on the left hand side, that becomes 13 minus 3y, and from here we can say, okay, x is equal to 13 minus 3y whole divided by 2. So this is the value of x that we got, and now we are going to use this particular value, this value of x, we are going to replace the x in the second equation by this value, because this is the value of x. So we should be able to use this value in the second equation, and that is the substitution that we are going to do. That is why this method is called the substitution method. So we are going to use this particular value of x in the second equation. Wherever we have the x, that is where we are going to replace with this value. So our second equation now going to look like this. Originally our second equation was like this. Let me first write down the second equation, which is, and now wherever we have the x, we are going to replace that. So we are going to replace the value of x by this value. So now we are going to replace it, right? So in the next step we are going to say, okay, so 3 times of x. So instead of x we are going to write that value of x, which is 13 minus 3y whole divided by 2. So that is the value of x. So this is 3x minus y is equal to 3. So this is our new equation. Let's say this is our new equation number 3, and we are going to solve it to find the value of y, because if you look at this new equation 3, there is no x, everything is y, right? We only have y, there is no x. So we should be able to solve the value of y from the new equation. So from here we are going to say that, so let's remove the parenthesis. So this will become 13 times 3, that is 39, minus 9y whole divided by 2, and minus y is equal to 3. And if we multiply both sides by 2, then this becomes 39 minus 9y minus 2y equal to 6, because we are multiplying both sides by 2. And then from there we can say, okay, so we are going to keep the y terms on the left hand side. So that would be negative 9y and negative 2y, that would be negative 11y. Negative 11y will be equal to 6 minus 39, which is equal to negative 33. And from here we can say y is equal to negative 33 divided by negative 11, that will be equal to 3. So we have found the first value, which is y equals 3. So now I am going to write it down here, say y is equal to 3. And now we are going to find the value of x using the similar method. So now what we are going to do, from the first equation we will find the value of y and replace that in the second equation. So let's now try to go with the first equation again, or maybe even we can go with the second equation also, whichever one you like. It really does not matter. We can find the value of y from the second equation and substitute in the first equation also, not a problem. Maybe we can do that. Let's try that, right? So let's try that. We are going to find the value of y from the second equation and substitute that in the first equation. So our second equation, originally our second equation was like this, that is 3x minus y is equal to 3. That was our original second equation. And from here if we keep the y on the left hand side, so we get negative y is equal to 3 minus 3x. And if we multiply both sides by a negative 1, so this becomes positive y, and this will become negative 3 and positive 3x, which can be written as, let's say, 3x minus 3. Alright, so we have found the value of y, and we are going to use this particular value, of y in the first equation, because we have derived this from the second equation, and now we are going to substitute this value in place of y in the first equation. So what is our first equation? Well, our first equation was 2x plus 3y equals 13. So let me write down the first equation. 2x plus 3y equals 13. So first equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 13. And here what we are going to do, we are going to replace the value of y in place of y here, right? So wherever you see this y right here, this will now be replaced with this value. So we are going to use that value of y. So we can say that 2x plus 3 times that value of y, which is 3x minus 3, is equal to 13. And let's say this is our new equation number 4. And if you look at this new equation, we only have one variable. We don't have the y anymore, we only have x. So we can easily solve for x from this equation, right? So let's quickly solve it. So we have 2x plus, let's remove the parenthesis, so that this becomes 9x minus 9 is equal to 13. And from here we can say 11x is equal to 13 plus 9, which is equal to 22. And from here we can say, okay, x is equal to then 22 divided by 11, which is equal to 2. So we have found the value of x as well. So x is equal to 2. So we have found the values of x as well as y. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So let's write the answer here. So we can say, therefore, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. And that is our answer. Also, I think I should mention one other easier way of finding the second variable after you found the value of the first variable. To find the value of the second variable, we really don't have to do all these steps. There is an easier way of doing it. In fact, as soon as we found the value of y for this set of equations, as soon as we found the value of y to be positive 3, we could have used that in one of the equations. Say suppose in the first equation, maybe we could have used it in our first equation, and then from there we could have solved for x directly, right? Or even we could have used it right here. Let's say this is our equation number. Suppose if we name this this one equation as, say, equation number, I don't know, 5 maybe. Let's say this is our equation number 5. So here, if we could substitute the value of y, which is 3, we calculated the value of y, that came out to be 3, and we could have used that in this particular equation to solve for x, right? So let me do that right here real quick. So we had x equals, so here we have x equals 13 minus 3y whole divided by 2, so which is equal to 13 minus the value of y came out to be 3, so it would be 3 times 3, that is 9, divided by 2, which is equal to 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. So from here also you can see that we could have found the value of x as 2, and that's one of the easy ways of doing it. So you can do it this way also. It really does not hurt, but because the topic here was finding the value of x and y using substitution, so I first wanted to show you the substitution method as it should be ideally done. But again, for quicker way of finding the value of the other variable, you can take this approach also. So this way also we can quickly find the value of x. And in fact, you can take the same approach in all the other previous methods, like in our elimination method or comparison method. As soon as you have found the value of one variable, then you can use that value to find the value of the other variable. And you can use any one of the original equations or any equation along the way. Whatever equation that you have, you think would be convenient to use, feel free to use it to find the value of the other variable. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.